Hey, how's it going, YouTube land? Welcome to the studio. You know me, I'm Karen, the Joyful Paintbrush, aka Mrs. Swifty. I'm here hanging out, and I'm going to show you all about art kits. We'll talk about them a lot. I kind of show them off. Maybe you've seen this part, the outside, right? You've looked at my website, you've seen what the guts of it sort of look like. But let's take it all apart and look at it and see how it comes together and how you use it. So, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. Tomorrow, online paint party, the Christmas Highland Cow over at JP's. That's going to be super fun. Hope you can make it. In fact, this is the painting that I'm going to show you I'm going to take the whole art kit apart and show you how it all works. So that's what we're going to do right now is look at the Christmas Highland Cow art kit and how to use it. This is the sweetie right there, the Highland Cow if you're from Scotland. This is all the stuff that it comes with. It comes with a pre-traced canvas. So it's got the picture on there for you already. Color mixing guide, 3 paint brushes, acrylic paint, gotta have paint, paper palette, that's the fancy paper plate, paper towels, instructions, and a bonus project. So all of that is in your kit. Here's your pre-traced canvas. I like giving it to you with the picture already. It makes it super easy. And this one is kind of fun because we paint on a black canvas. Some of them are white canvases, some are black. This one is a dark canvas. Very fun to paint on. It's kind of a different experience there. We've got the palette. That's where we're going to put our paint. A couple of industrial strength paper towels. We'll need those. And then in our little bag here, we've got the step-by-step directions. So it tells you everything you're going to do to paint this cow. Absolutely step-by-step, which brush, which color, how to do it. You've got art kit instructions that tell you how to use all the stuff that you have here. I'm going to show you those in just a second, how to set up your art kit. Some tips and tricks, ways to use paint. Color mixing guide, if one of the colors that you want is not in here already. I always add all the primaries so you can make any color you want. So we've got all of that. Plus all the other stuff you're going to need. Paint brushes. A large one for doing your large shapes first. A medium one for adding some more details, and then tiny little details, a little liner brush. Bonus project. This one has a cute gnome ornament. They're all different what they have for bonus projects. You just never know. I try to stick with the Christmas themes for the Christmas art kits, as far as bonus projects. But you never know. And then all of the paint. The messy part, right? The part why you probably don't paint at home maybe as often. You might even have paint at home, but man, it's just messy. I'm going to show you how to keep it clean, make it easy for yourself. So the first thing I did in that end was I put down some paper. I cut a paper bag from the grocery store, just cut off the bottom, cut it down the side, and laid it out flat. You can also use if you have some leftover gift wrap. That's great for this. Or how about a piece of cardboard? Like if you unfold an Amazon box, that works great too. Or maybe you have a cheap plastic tablecloth that's on its last leg. Anything that you could reuse. How about a placemat? All kinds of ideas. But you want to get something down here because it is gonna get a little messy. You can clean the paint up, the acrylic paint, but that's easier just to have something that you can kind of dispose of later. I'll actually use this paper to sort of wrap up my painty trash at the end, my paper plate and paper towels that might be a little messy. And I'll just set everything aside and actually wrap them in the paper so that when I go to throw it away, it's not even messy. All kinds of fun tricks for you. A couple of other things that you're going to want to gather also, in addition to some paper that you want to put down or something under your painting. You're going to need a pair of scissors, maybe, and an old coffee cup. The old coffee cup is for our paint packets. They don't leak too badly if you just lay them down, but why chance it? So what I like to do It has the little notch at the top, but sometimes paint gets up to the top too. So I'm just gonna, like the old toothpaste tube trick there, kind of slide the paint down with my fingers on either side. And then you can tear the whole thing off, or if you want a little bit more control, you can use your scissors just to snip the corner there. And then you can control it a lot better how much paint is going to come out, because it doesn't take nearly as much paint as you think it does. So after I get whatever paint on my plate, then I can take my open paint packet and just stand it right up in the coffee cup. It stands right up, so it's not going to spill. If you need some more paint, you can just squirt some out. At the end of the paint session, if you want to keep it, you can just put a little piece of tape right there, and it'll stay good for a while. It's not going to last forever, but it won't dry out quickly. So coffee cup helps, optional. Scissors are handy, also optional. One last thing that I like to use, wet wipes, or any kind of wet paper towel, or even a wet clean shop rag will work. But something that you can, this damp, that you can wipe paint with, like either off your hands, because that's going to happen, or if you make a mark on your painting that you don't like, if it's still wet, you can wipe it right off with a wet wipe. And that would be Swifty. So let's take a look at actually using the art kit. I've got my paper towels. I kind of like to set up my paper plate and my paper towel right next to each other here. Yeah, you can see that. And then I like to put my water. I just use a mason jar for water. You can use any kind of container that you want. If you want to not have to wash it, how about an old plastic cup, or the yogurt container that you just emptied and washed out. Anything. It doesn't have to be fancy. So I've got my paper plate and my paper towel and my water sort of here on the side together. Can you see? You can't see that. You can see that. All right, cool. So I've got those on the side together. I kind of like to keep all of that on. I'm right-handed, so I keep that on the right-hand side. Lefties, you're on the other side, right? Wait. Okay, that was kind of silly. So let's take a look at our art kit instructions. I was getting all distracted there. So prepare a workspace, lay down some cardboard wrapping paper or an old placemat. We've done that already. Get some scissors, a coffee cup, and a disposable water cup. Good on that. Fill your cup with water about halfway. That's good advice. Only about halfway up your cup, because you're going to be putting your brush in there and swishing it around. And if it's too full, it's going to be a mess. So only fill your cup up about halfway, no matter how large it is. Let's see, cut the corner off a packet of paint. I showed you that part already. Squeeze a bit of paint onto the paper plate. Please note, a little paint goes a long way. It does. A little bit goes further than you think. Then put your paint packet in your coffee cup to keep it from spilling. All right, so let's take a look. The first instructions on our step-by-step Christmas cow here. Apply one thin layer of red paint to the Highlander's hat and all of the other red stuff. So I'm going to smoosh my paint down to the bottom here. This red one is really full, because I know for this painting you need quite a bit of red. I'm going to trim off the corner, squeeze a little bit onto my paper plate, about the size of a nickel to start with, and then I'll put that open packet down into my coffee cup so it doesn't spill. It's just going to sit there. All right, and I'm going to paint the largest areas first, so I'm going to use my largest brush for that. I've got this 1/2-inch flat brush that comes in your kit. I just dipped some red paint right on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to put it right around the outside of my shape first. I'm covering up the white line, and then I'll just spread that paint out as much as I can. Red is kind of translucent, so you'll probably need 2 coats on this dark background. So that's how we get started. In most of my paintings, you can think of them as layers. We'll do some color blocking, fill in some large areas, and then we'll add lots of fun details on this one. The fun details to add include the super fluffy hair and the puffy white part of the hat, also a fun texture. All the snow, the glitter. There's lots of fun steps on this Christmas Highland Cow. And we're going to be painting it live over at JP's tomorrow evening, December 16th. So if you haven't gotten an art kit yet, it might be too late to order one unless you're local. But it's not too late to bring your own supplies and paint with us. So if you'd like, do that. I will put the paint colors and the brushes that I'm going to use in the description here, and you can paint along if you like. So that is how we use an art kit. Art kits are fun for paint along online paint parties or hosting your own paint party at your house. Want to get a group of folks together? Order a bunch of paint parties and host your own. Super fun. We can get together on Zoom if you want to do like a hosted paint party, or you can run it yourself with the step-by-step instructions. Lots of options. So after I'm done with the color and I want to clean my brush, I'm going to give it a good swish in the water. This is where having it only filled halfway helps. I'm actually pushing it on the bottom of the jar, swishing it around, wiping most of the extra water off, and then drying it on my paper towel before I go on to the next color. I don't want it to be all watery. Let's see, and you don't want to let your paint dry in your brushes because it is acrylic and it's kind of permanent, so that wouldn't be good for your brushes. Make sure you wash them good when you're changing colors or if you're going to change brushes. Let's see, and these brushes should last you for a while. They're pretty good. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I need to tell you about art kits, friends. I don't know. They're fun. You've seen how it works. At the end, when you're all done with your painting, you can sign it with your smallest brush. I like to use a little black and the brown so it doesn't stand out too much, but it's there, you know, or you can use a Sharpie for that also if you're not confident using a little brush. Sharpie is also a good option. You can put your full name and the date on the back here. If you write it on the side rail here, it won't bleed through. Sometimes Sharpie bleeds through. So write it on the side rail and you're good. Okay, after you're done, you can reseal your paint packs if you like, so that you can use those another day. If you want to paint your bonus project later or add more details to your project that you're working on. Set everything aside and you can wrap up your dirty paper plate and paper towels in your table protector here and neatly throw it all away. I hope you had fun exploring this art kit with me, and I hope you have fun painting with me at some point, either live here on YouTube or at a real life paint party in the Middle Peninsula, or maybe live on Facebook. So I'll see you somewhere, here, there, everywhere, or maybe even over on Swifty's channel. Hey, New Year's Eve paint party on Swifty's channel on YouTube. I'll post a link for that too. There's so many fun things going on. I just can't even tell you all about them. Well, thanks for stopping by and spending a few minutes with me in the studio. And I'll see you next time, art friends. And until then, you're only one Highland Cow away from a wonderful day.